Robert Stack. And introducing in her major television debut, Marcia Henderson.
Here's your father's tea.
It'll only get cold, Mother.
It's his fault for being late. Father's always late.
He was late for his own wedding, wasn't he, Mother? Well, he finally did get there.
More's the pity. I looked at him, and then and there at the church, I knew I'd made a mistake. When I think if I'd married Chester Armstrong, how different my life would have been.
Pass the butter, please. All our lives, Mother.
You could tell just to look at him that he'd amount to something. He had a black mustache, and his hair was black and curly, and he wore a diamond ring. I married your father.
Where do you suppose Chester Armstrong is now, Mother?
Seems to me last I heard he was president of a railroad.
Oh, I thought he was president of a bank.
There's no law that says a man can't be both.
Another cup of tea, please.
Thank you. All right. You know, if your father had more ambition, he wouldn't be keeping books after 30 years.
Well, he's the head bookkeeper.
It still is adding up other people's money. You mark my words, a girl can't make a worse mistake than to marry a man who can't get along.
We'll be late for the show if we don't hurry. I hear that picture for Crystal is awfully mushy. Naturally, it can't compare with your romance with Bill Clark. Billy's my affair. My.
Now, Myra, no teasing. Elaine stopped singing, and that's that.
Has she?
Didn't I forbid you to have anything to do with him?
Bill Clark, a shipping clerk with calluses on his hands. Ugh. Well, I don't see that you've done any better. If I'd wanted anyone as common as that, I could have been married a dozen times over.
I wouldn't be staying on the street with him.
I should hope not. Well, you'd have to be asked first. I'm waiting for a better offer, thank you. Well, now, if you're both waiting for some Chester Armstrong to come along, you may wait a good while.
That's enough.
They're jealous, that's all.
Oh, the very idea. I'm not jealous. Now, that will do, all of you. I don't want Bill Clark's name mentioned in this house. He's not to come here, and you are not to see him anywhere. Is that understood?
Yes.
Oh, that's your father.
Oh, I'm late again, I guess. Oh, my, it's cold. Looks like a storm outside.
Oh, well, it looks like a storm inside, too.
Uh-oh. 6:32. I wouldn't believe I could be so late. But there it is. You can't fool your watch, can't you?
It isn't often we get to go to a picture show. You could have managed to get home by 6 o'clock tonight.
I'm sorry, but just as I was leaving the office, I discovered a mistake in the books. I was 20 cents short, so I decided to bring the books home with me.
You could have given the money to Bascom and left the books there.
Yes, I guess I could, especially on a night when you prepared a nice cold supper like this. I like it that way.
I'll warm your tea up anyway.
You girls better be getting your things on.
Bill, you shouldn't have come.
I've been waiting outside. I gotta talk to you.
Oh, I don't want Mother to see you. Father's late for supper and she's in a temper.
All right. Now, I want that understood.
Yes, Ann, I will not come home late again.
Girls, hurry up or we'll have to sit in the front row. Oh, and, Frank, another thing.
Yes, Ann.
Elaine's been going around with that Bill Clark again, and it's got to be stopped.
Well, he's not a bad sort of a boy, Ann.
Oh, I suppose you'd like to encourage this sort of thing.
No, not if you feel like that.
I certainly do. I've kept my other two girls from throwing themselves away, like I did. And I will not have Elaine marrying a shipping clerk. You've got to tell Bill Clark to stay away from her.
All right, Ann, I'll get around to it.
That might take years.
Well, after all, I just
I'm
can't
sure
walk out.
Chester Armstrong wouldn't have taken very long to do it.
Yes, Expect Chester would have been pretty good at a thing like this.
I ought to go in there and have it out with her now.
No use, Bill. It wouldn't do any good.
Maybe not, but things can't go on like this. Sneaking in and out as if we had something to be ashamed of.
No, dear. I hate it, too.
Well, I hardly ever get a chance to see you.
Elaine,
You better go, Bill.
Oh, well, when am I going to get a chance to see?
Oh, all right, I don't mind. I'll get the tea.
Father, Bill just came to take me out.
Hello, Bill. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Liggett. Zero weather out tonight.
Yeah, well, you better get out of here. It's liable to warm up real quick for you.
Good heavens, aren't we ready yet? Elaine!
why does it always take her so long? Warming up tea. They're two of a kind. Well,
Bill just came in to tell us how cold it was outside.
oh, so now you're the weatherman.
Oh, I just wanted to have a little talk with Elaine.
What about?
I haven't had a chance to tell her yet.
And I'm quite sure you never will have a chance.
What have you got against me, Mrs. Liggett? I could understand it if I was a bad character.
I won't discuss your character. I know nothing about it.
My folks are as good as there are in this town.
I haven't anything against your folks.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm a shipping clerk. Well, suppose I am. I don't mean to do that all my life. Everybody's got to start someplace.
Oh, I'm sick and tired of hearing how folks start. What I'm interested in is where they finish. Now, I want you to understand this very clearly, Mr. Bill Clark. You are not to come to this house, and you are not to see Elaine again. Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Well, that's that. Come, Elaine.
I'll try and get out of going to the movies. You come back a little later. Elaine! Coming. What's the matter with everyone tonight? Delaying and delaying.
I had some very important business to attend to. Our Mr. Clark was trying to sneak in the house by the back way.
He was. You ought to call the police. Well, isn't it too bad we don't have the balcony? Then he could have climbed up it. Very funny.
Now, that's enough. All this wrangling and moonshining and the dishes not done.
Let's just leave the dishes stacked, Mother.
We will not. I will not have dirty dishes left in my house. Your father will do them.
Well, I just as soon stay home and help Father with the dishes.
Nonsense. I do 'em fine, don't I? Now, you run off to the movies and have a good time.
She thinks movies is silly.
So do lots of people, but that don't keep them from going.
You run along, Ellie. I can handle this job myself.
No, Father, I'd really rather stay.
Well, if you two enjoy doing dishes so much, come along, girls. Oh, Frank, you're not going back to the store tonight, are you?
No, Ann.
Elaine, don't you leave the house.
No, Mother.
The Bill Clark matter is settled forever. His name is not to be mentioned in this house.
Yes, Ann.
Oh, and be careful how you handle the china. I don't expect you to notice this, but tonight we were using the set that my Aunt Harriet gave us. Last time you broke a cup, and they can't be replaced.
Well, I won't break any tonight. Now, you go along and have a good time. Watch that step with the ice.
Oh, isn't it?
Goodbye.
Bye.